I wanted to do some kind of martial art. And it was tough because, like, I mean, well, wrestling at the time, it was a very demanding schedule, and I always had a tough time balancing it. But I loved it, and I wanted to do something similar to that. So I dabbled in different martial arts. I did maybe about a year of like traditional karate, and then what ended up happening was, like, I came upon jiu-jitsu by accident, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Someone I knew on the wrestling team came up to me and he said to me, "Hey, I heard you did jiu-jitsu. I do jiu-jitsu too." And he thought we were talking about Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I thought he was talking about Japanese jiu-jitsu. And he said to me, "You should go to this place in Taunton, Massachusetts, called the Boneyard, where they teach jiu-jitsu up there." And I had driven up, and it wasn't anything that I had experienced before. Like, it was like everything I loved about wrestling, but like with all the cool stuff with martial arts that I wanted to try. It had like Muay Thai, submissions, so I'm like, this place is awesome. So that's when I started going up there. Maybe like, it was a far drive for me. It was like 45 minutes from where I lived. But like, I started off just every Sunday going to like open mats and like just getting my butt kicked by everyone. And you know, that's how I started. That's how I started learning. You know, I did a lot of jiu-jitsu, and then I dabbled in some Muay Thai, and I thought, okay, well, I kind of want to see if I can do this. And it was tough. I mean, like, cause the first time it was like, not really sure. I'm not really sure if I could do it or not. I knew I wanted to do it. Both times I did it, like, they were very similar. The first one was definitely a lot more intense. Like, I mean, going into the training, like, for the first fight, and just for both the fights too, but especially for the first fight, through the training, it's like every waking moment you're just thinking about the guy you're fighting, and that, you know, there's just someone out there, like, training every day, thinking about you, thinking about how to beat you, and, you know, it's unsettling. And so when it finally came up to the final moments of my first fight, it was like, I felt sick. Like, I'm like, this sucks. Yeah, like, you feel, and it's not just like fear, it's like every emotion. Like, you know, like, you're afraid, you know, you're excited, you know, like, you're not sure what to feel. I was really thankful, like, to have the coaches and teammates that I had. You know, a big person, big influence of mine was Bobby Diaz. He was the main Muay Thai trainer at the Boneyard. And you know, he was just awesome to have in my corner. Like, I remember, like, I was really nervous, and he saw it, and like, he just tapped on my shoulder and he said, you know, look behind you, and behind me were all of my teammates there. And he said, you know, like, you're not going in this alone, all right? We're gonna go out there with you. And that was super comforting. The strangest thing was that, although I felt all these emotions before the fight, when, like, I was actually in the cage both times, the nerves kind of just disappeared, and everything just kind of clicked. And I think that was a testament to the training, because, like, it's like, all right, it's like anything else, you know, like, you do this every day, you know, it's just going to be a lot more aggressive this time. And I fought twice, and the first time I fought, it was to see if I could do it, and the second time I fought, it was to see if I could win. And now it's like, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I just graduated from college, and like, I just started a career with a company, and so it's kind of where it's like, do I continue fighting? Do I risk my job? I don't know if they'd be okay with it or not, but I've played around with it. So I mean, there's a part of me that wants to, but I don't have that same drive that I used to have. And if there's like that moment of like hesitance, then it's like, then you shouldn't fight. Because like those two times I was hungry. I was really hungry. You know, it was a big confidence booster. I'm like, because in high school, and you know, still to this day, I'm pretty introverted. But like, it just gave me like kind of boost of self-esteem. Like, it helped me, like, it's gotten me through hard times. Like, and it's always been something to like keep me busy, just to keep my mind active. You know, so like I really don't. I can't envision my life like without like, you know, jujitsu or any or just any kind of martial art, I guess. Just because like it's become a part of me, and so it's like, you know, like just it's just to be without it. I just don't even want to visualize it. I'm kind of laid back, like, but I'm like I keep to myself a lot too, like until you get to know me. So you know, and I just really like try to like, I really like just to try to help. I try to like, you know, my stepdad was a huge influence for me, and he always said to me, you know, like, do the right thing, Ad. You know, just do the right thing. So whatever I do, like, I always try to make sure that, you know, it doesn't benefit just me, but it also benefits other people as well. You know, and that's kind of always like what I've tried to do. I mean, there are moments where, you know, like I've had to be selfish as well. But you know, like it's pretty much that. Like I've always just want to do something where it's not just gonna help myself, but it's gonna help everyone else. But you know, just don't be afraid. Like if there's something that you want to do and you really have like your heart, your mind set to it, just, you know, go and do it. Go and find out. Cause like I think the biggest thing that I worry about is like just looking back years later and being like, God, I could have done this, or why did I do this? Like that's my biggest fear. And so just if there's any kind of crazy thing you want to pursue, any dream, you know, like just go for it.